Hi friends, and thank you for joining me here at Non-Toxic Home, coming at you from our non-toxic deck today. I am so excited. I have some chairs. We have been using a couple of camp chairs that I bought years ago from Ozark Trail. They didn't have fire retardants and all those other terrible things on them, and they are not produced anymore. So there's that. But our chairs are starting to fall apart a bit, and we're both starting to have a little bit of a back issue from sitting at our desk, which is actually just a wood container, wood box, wood crate that my husband made, which works wonderfully for blankets, but it's not ideal for sitting at and using the computer. So what I did was I ordered the set of 4 chairs. They're metal chairs here on Amazon, and then I also ordered a glass desk. That's not actually all of it. The large piece of glass is still inside, and obviously I haven't put it together yet, but I will drop a link below to the desk as well, because the desk is all metal. It's not powdered. It's not powder coated steel. Powder coated steel usually has latex in it and some other chemicals as well. I do not do well with powder coated steel. Actually, I'm airborne anaphylactic to it. So I cannot have anything with powder coated steel, and I generally don't recommend it as a result, because of personal experience and also anecdotal experiences as well besides mine. But this is indeed all glass and metal, this desk, except on the ends there are tiny little pieces of black plastic. That's all. No rubber. I have not looked at the hardware yet though, so I probably should look at that. I will update you on that when I get around to it. But I wanted to show you what I'm doing with these metal chairs to make them safe. Now, usually you probably think, oh, well, metal is completely innocuous. It's 100% non-toxic. Not always. Well, I've already discussed the issue with powder-coated steel specifically, but other powder coating processes also often are problematic for those with latex allergies, and they usually just don't even realize it until they remove it from their home and then email me back and say, oh my goodness, I can't believe that was it. I thought it was just metal. And, you know, I was in the same boat. It was pretty astounding to me as well when I realized that that's what I was reacting to. So these chairs are actually really comfortable. They don't, in my opinion, look that comfortable, but they really are, and they're obviously black. I don't know if they come in other colors or not, but the dots on here are just watermarks because I washed them off. You really want to wash off everything before you bring it into your home, especially since the zombie apocalypse of 2020, where everybody's running around with latex gloves, latex masks, spraying everything with toxic chemicals everywhere. Oh, it's so terrible. The world was already toxic and lethal to people with latex allergies and chemical sensitivities before, and now it's even worse. So, really need to wipe anything off before you bring it in. I have water spots on here because it's out in the sun. It dried so fast. I'll take it inside and then, just use a cloth on it and it'll come right off. No problem at all. No issues at all. See, it's already coming off like that. So no problems with that. But I did want to show you what I did to make these specific chairs safe to bring inside my home. These 3 that I have over here, sorry about the shadows, you can't really see, but these 3 I have over here, I've already put together. They're already good to go. When I put them together, I just looked at things really, really, really closely, as you have to. So I want to show you here. You see that little thing there? Well, each quarter here had one of those on it. And I left one on to show you that specific little doohickey. That is designed so that when these chairs are stacked, they don't scratch each other. So they pop off easily, and I took them off. I just left the one on to show you. There is latex in that. Now, I don't know for sure if it's natural rubber, but I have a very bad gut feeling. I muscle tested it, and it came back positive for, get this out of your house or keep it out of your house. And then I also just know that there's rubber in that. That's a rubber plastic blend. So you can take them off and throw them away like I did if you don't care about scratching or if you won't be stacking them. You can also consider cushions, which I am planning to make cushions for ours. And if you have cushions, then, you know, these won't scratch the seats. The other spot is right here. Each of these four corners had one of these in there. Now what I did, and I will show you, I hope, using my left hand, we'll see how it goes. I just grabbed my butter knife, or, you know, regular table knife. There's a spot right there where you can stick it in and push down. See, it's already moved down. It's difficult because I'm not left-handed for me. But if I do that with my right hand, that'll pop right out. And that's what I did. This also is a plastic latex rubber blend. Now, if you don't have a latex allergy, you know, you might still want to consider, you know, removing that. I always recommend, if it's possible, to avoid natural rubber as much as possible, not just because it's toxic. I'll drop a link below to a post in which I discuss that, but also because you don't want to develop a latex allergy. That completely wrecked my life, and that was what triggered the mast cell activation cascade, and I lost almost all foods. I lost all soap, most baking soda. I just lost everything as a result of when the latex allergy flipped to airborne anaphylactic. And I don't want that to happen to anybody else because it was 100% preventable. If you don't get exposed to natural rubber latex, and you don't develop a latex allergy. Very simple. So the third thing that I did here, besides, of course, washing these, is that these have a rubber foot on the bottom. And hi, kitty girl. Kitty girl says hi. Oh, now she just walked behind me. But these have a rubber foot on the bottom. And obviously our deck is a mess back here. But, you know, it's not obviously the prettiest thing in the world, but it's safe for me. And if you have a latex allergy, I highly recommend covering any of those. These specific ones don't screw off. There are some products that have the rubber feet on them that you can take off, but that's not the case with this specific product. At least I couldn't get them off, and it doesn't seem to be the case with these. So that is something to consider. I'm not going for designer of the year here. I'm just going for safe. And we have a lot of black and silver hardware already in our home. So for us, black goes very well as far as our decor style. And like I said, I will make some cushions for these. Now, some things to look for besides metal chairs, as far as looking for non-toxic options go, would be solid wood. And you have to be very careful with solid wood. Even the Amish actually produce furniture that they sell as solid wood that includes engineered wood. Now, engineered wood not only has a lot of toxins in it from the additives and the binders, but natural rubber latex is almost always used as a binder in engineered wood. So if you have engineered wood in your house, I highly recommend getting out of your house. Whether or not you have a latex allergy and whether or not you're chemically sensitive, it emits a great deal of formaldehyde and really, really decimates your indoor air quality. So that's a very strong recommendation I have there. Depending on your sensitivity, you might also want to consider the finishes on the wood. There's usually local carpenters who usually work as general contractors or subcontractors who can build you some chairs as well. That's another option. Although we're in a construction boom right now, so good luck getting anybody to make you anything safe, quite frankly. The other option, as far as chairs go, other metal, I could not find any desk chairs that were safe from a latex allergy perspective at all, because everything that was mostly metal had foam, and foam is another hotspot for latex. So I hope this gives you some of an idea of some of the things that I look for as far as non-toxic and latex-free furniture goes. And I do have a post in the works right now. Who knows how long it'll take me to finish, as far as being more comprehensive and covering more products and more options and what I look for specifically when it comes to furniture. I'll also drop a link below to the tutorial that we have for making your own mattress, because our mattresses, we made them ourselves, so we know they are latex safe and we know they're completely non-toxic. Also, we made our bed frame out of wood. Another consideration with metal is that metal acts as an antenna. You don't want metal in your bed springs, friends. I'll drop a link below to my article on that. Unless you live in an area like we do, where you don't really have radio frequencies hardly at all. The satellites, of course, impact myself and all life here. And I have loads of videos up on YouTube as far as that goes. But the metal in a chair also would act as an antenna. So if you have your cell phone inside, if you're using Wi-Fi, if you're in an area where there's 5G, small cell towers, other cell phone towers, if you have Bluetooth, if you have products that connect with the Internet of Things, please consider getting rid of them, because radio frequencies cause microwave sickness, and there are so many thousands upon millions, quite frankly, of people who are reporting symptoms that are directly coinciding with 5G cell tower installations, small cell towers, as well as using Wi-Fi, using a cell phone and not shutting their cell phone off, or putting in a Faraday cage. I've got a video up on that as to how you can make your own little Faraday box for your cell phones, which is what we did. And because my husband's cell phone and my old cell phone also kept getting remotely turned on. It was highly problematic, so we put in a Faraday box, and that's never happened ever since. So there's a lot of things to consider when it comes to any product, and you can't just ask a manufacturer or a seller for information and expect to get an honest answer. Sometimes they're trying to be honest, but they just don't know. A lot of times they have an MSDS and they go off the SDS or MSDS, whichever you want to refer to it as, and those are not designed to tell us the entire makeup of a product, nor are SDS forms designed to help us make educated consumer choices. They are designed for the people who are storing the material and the people who are working with the material, not as to what the real toxicity of the product is. So I hope this has been beneficial. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter so you don't miss any new posts. Thanks so much for being here, friends. Have a beautiful and blessed day, and I hope you can find yourself a nice, comfy, non-toxic, latex-free chair.